Share your screen with your audience. No. Okay, I got it. It worked. Thank you. I got scared. Okay, bye. Hi, everybody. Okay, Mercury retrograde. Please let me know if you're here. I am hoping you guys are here. Hi. Good to see you. Happy March. So I'm going to give everybody a minute to just hop on. And I'm hoping that with this little hiccup, you guys keep trying to pop back on. And if not, you'll be emailed this and you'll get to see this. Either way, there's going to be a lot of good information in this video, a lot of messages from Spirit, a lot of messages for you for the month of March. One of the things I wanted to talk about today, especially, let me just see if I can get a couple more minutes in here. Oh, come on, guys, get on here. I hope you, maybe Kim can send out an email that I'm live. Hold on a second. Let me see. All right, I'm just going to go. Just trying to give everybody a minute because of the, we'll wait 2 minutes and then I'll start. We can always edit this part out. Oh, let me just make sure Kim sees this. All right, you know what? I don't like sitting in silence, so we're just gonna boogie and move, and this is gonna be a great live, no matter what. We're gonna make it work. Okay, so one of the things I want everyone to understand is that the monthly message is really about the energy of the month, but it's also about how you can then take this monthly message, which is going to be a numeric message as well as messages from my spirit guides and oracle messages all combined in one, and then learn how to take this energy and apply it into your day-to-day lives. So it was very interesting because February, I don't know if anyone felt it, but I found February to be a little chaotic. I found February to be a little all over the place. And I felt like a lot of things were happening and surfacing and coming to the light, but nothing was truly getting accomplished. And a lot of the energy in February was left open ended, which means there's still conflicts that need to be resolved. There's still contracts that need to be signed. There's still decisions that need to be made. And there's still issues that need to be solved. And now we move into March, which is the third month, in a universal 1. So 1 plus 3 gives us a 13, which gives us a 4. And that is a 4 universal energy, or it could be 3 plus 1, which is a 31. It's still a 4. But the 13 is a little bit more of a karmic energy where it is asking you to heal the wounds of the past. You are being asked to look at your world, your family, your friendships, your work-life balance, and heal what is broken. Now, everything that was coming to surface in February needs to be fixed, realigned, readjusted, recreated, rebuilt, restructured. Put RE in front of anything, and then you're good. Because you are building a new secure future, a new system, new habits. You are literally upgrading your soul. You are taking this energy and you are leveling up. It's about routines, orders, process, habits. It's this need to clear out the clutter. So how many of you have been clearing out the junk in your home, your closets, your junk drawer? Maybe you're getting rid of, your spoons. I don't know if you have like too many ladles or things like that. You're replanning. And what Spirit is really asking you to do is to make room for the new. But what's about to be coming, because we had that 333 portal at 3:33 in the morning, was redirection, reflection, and recommitment. So you might have had a vision, you might have had these ideas of what you want to do or how you want to do it. And now you need to recommit to a bigger vision, a better vision, a brighter vision, and then realign to how that soul moves. So if you want to be an author, well, are we scheduling out time to write? Are we scheduling out time to hear spirit? Are we making time to be creative? Are we letting the creative energy flow through our bodies? The four is responsibility, it's work ethic, it's dedication, detail oriented, focused, disciplined action. It is nothing is going to happen this month without a plan, without proper attention, proper focus, and complete like steps. You need the steps to get to the end. It's not going to just happen. Everything this month is going to feel a little slower. It's going to feel like a process. But what happened in February was you couldn't solve those problems. And what's happening now is new ideas are coming to you, new solutions, new inventions, new creations, new inspiration, new aha moments. So now you are going to be enlightened and have new insight. So you'll be able to solve the problems that you have been fixed on for several months now, that you just felt like, well, I'm never going to get to the bottom of this. I'm never going to figure this out. I'm never going to see the, pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And all of a sudden in March, you're going to have a new way of getting to the same destiny. I was just listening to a video this morning and it really was amazing because everybody comes to me for the same thing. They come to me for clarity, direction, purpose, guidance. They come to me for this energy of support. So this is the March monthly message, and we are in a 4 universal energy because it is the 3rd month of the year. So we add that 3 to the universal 1 energy, which gives us a 4 frequency. So yes, it is the month of March, which is the 3rd month, but it is a 4 frequency. So I've been talking about what the 4 is really calling to for you to do. And thank you for saying that, Amanda. I'm glad you're here. I hope I've answered your question. If you have a question, put it in the comments, please. Finally, I got it to work. Mercury is in retrograde until about March 20th. So we should have just known. We should have known. Oh, okay. So I guess Kim is on here. Thank you, Kim. March, the video is labeled wrong. Okay. Or maybe I clicked the April one. Whoopsie. Either way, this is March. Okay. So it was interesting. I was watching this video, and I always look at YouTube like a game. I think it's like the law of attraction. Um, Oh, wow. So Kim said I did click the April one. Okay, thank you, Kim. So, well, maybe the retrograde April worked, March did not. So, again, it's interesting because here I am talking about structure, systems, patterns, and routines. Here we are in the month of March trying a new system, right? This is the first time I am even on YouTube, never mind YouTube Live. And we're trying to figure out a way where we can use this feature to deliver more messages to subscribers in our community so that it's not to the public, other than a social media platform. Because prior to this, I used to do the monthly messages on Facebook, and that didn't work out. So we are trying different things, and I hope you're learning from me. You need to be trying different things. You need to be playing around and seeing what feels good and seeing what works and deciding what you're going to commit to. I will be launching a membership community. Kim and I have been talking about it, and I've been very slow to creating it. One, I'm overcoming being sick, but also because Spirit is telling me to wait. Spirit is telling me that it is all going to come into place, and it will probably be by the end of April, beginning of May. My birthday is coming up. I'm turning 50. This is a big time for me, a lot of changes. And I think why I'm so slow to the membership community is because I want it to be different. than what it has been in the last 6 years. I want it to be something new and something fresh. And I'm waiting for that intuitive hit. I'm waiting for that inspiration. And, you know, the month of March is a very inspirational month, but it's not going to feel woo woo. It's not about the rituals and, like all of that. It's about carving out time to sit in the presence, to sit in the peace, to sit in the power of your higher soul, your oversoul, to hear spirit clearly. And it really is about your spirit. One of the things I've been really studying is the clairs. And a lot of times I'll say, I heard, I heard, I heard. And there's this belief that clairaudience is when you can hear spirit. And it's true. But in order to hear spirit, clairaudience is the only clair that is directly connected to mediumship. And it is the only one used in that mediumistic experience. So if you're saying, I heard my spirit guides, or I heard that's not a person. So therefore, it's really like they're not talking to you. It's really claircognizance. And they're dropping that thought form into your energetic field, your auric field, that intuitive hit. And old Larissa would have rushed to create something because there's a fear of, I'm going to miss out. And I want everyone to understand that manifestation requires a certain flow state. It requires a certain level of acceptance, a certain level of patience, and a certain level of waiting. Because if you have to go, get, do, create, force, hustle, you are in the opposite frequency of manifestation. You are not going to receive. Receiving has a little bit of waiting. Think about it. Christmas Eve, you'd go to sleep and you were waiting to receive all of your gifts Christmas morning. You didn't rush it. You didn't open up those gifts prior to that Christmas morning. And it was reliable and it was dependable. And maybe you didn't get everything you wanted on your Christmas list, but you were showered with family. You were showered with love. You were showered with this sense of excitement and this energy where you just were so excited about what you were receiving. And the month of March is kind of like that. You are prepping, you are preparing, you are planning, you are doing the work. You're taking your time, you're setting the stage, you are, checking off your list, you're paying attention to the details, you're making your arrangements, you're organizing, and it's all in preparation for that intuitive gift, that intuitive insight, that intuitive moment of inspiration. But it's truly not just inspiration. It is alignment to your oversoul, your higher soul, your spirit guides, and then they are going to place that gift into your auric field. And because you have been prepping and preparing and getting ready to be ready to receive it, when that gift is placed in your aura, you will welcome it with open arms. You will receive it, and then you will embrace it. You will acknowledge it. You will honor it, and then you will do something with it. You will integrate it. You will internalize it. You will use it with joy, with love, and you will use this gift in a new way. How many of you, Christmas morning, all of a sudden, it was like every other clothing that you had in your drawer, you just threw out because you couldn't wait to wear the new sweater, the new sneakers, for the next couple days. Anything you put on your body was that new energy, the new hair clip, the new makeup, the new perfume, the new pocketbook. Like You're like, oh, forget that old shit. I'm not even gonna look at it. And then you walked differently. You felt brighter. You felt more at ease, more aligned. You felt richer. You felt put together. You felt clarity. You felt whole. That's what's happening this month. And I'm using a very spirit's showing me Christmas because I think it's very relatable. Obviously, I have no notes. This is all coming to me. These are downloads, right? And spirit wants you to use this analogy for what's about to come. How many of you are, maybe we didn't have the childhood that we give to our children today. Maybe we only got one gift. Maybe we didn't get any gifts. Maybe we got gifts that we didn't want, But I want you to think of the moment of maybe you've been able to give someone a gift and the look on their face when they received it and how good it felt for you to give that gift, to know that you took time to think of that person, you listened to them, you honored what they wanted, you honored their desires, you understood their personality, and you bought the most perfect gift because you just knew your sister, your best friend, your daughter, your son, your spouse, you just knew that this gift was made for them. Spirit, over the last 3 months, has been preparing, planning, getting to know you, listening to your heart desire, asking you questions, nudging you. And now Spirit is here to work with you and present you with that intuitive gift. And if we're not making time for Spirit every single day, you might miss it. You might just miss it. Imagine missing the most beautiful gift. And maybe it's going to come in a thought form. Maybe it's going to be the lottery check, the winning ticket. Maybe it's going to be a conversation. Maybe it's going to be a video on YouTube. Maybe it's time we start not thinking about what Spirit is going to do for us, but maybe it's about creating this relationship of how we are merging with Spirit and how we are blending our energy and how we are co-creating and how we are working together, and that we have this beautiful relationship. And just like any other relationship, it requires effort on both parts. And I think the month of March is you asking yourself, maybe, have you been doing your part? Have you been honoring that? And in this video that I watched on YouTube, I talked about destiny, and it talked about how everybody wants to know the meaning of life, the secrets of life, and I listen, I think I'm going to have to ask him if we can go back into Calendly when you have my booking appointments for a reading. We ask questions. What would you like to get out of this reading? And I guarantee you, if we went back into all those appointments, hundreds, thousands of them, they all say the same thing. Maybe not the same exact words, but they all say the same thing. Am I on the right path? Am I fulfilling my purpose? Am I living up to my potential? How can I make more of a difference? How can I experience more love in my life? No one ever really says, how can I make more money? Although that's one that people would like to experience, but they always ask it in a way that's like, what can I be doing that's going to help others? And then I can receive money as a result of that. And I always tell my clients, if you're about service, if you're about the work, the rest will come. And it's interesting because over the last 6 years, I've lived in such a hustle energy. It's gotten me sick. I've been forcing things. And the 4 of March is about going from a low to a high, but then It's really about learning the process of how you got from point A to point B so that you can duplicate it. Because a lot of times people reach a level of success and they were unconsciously aware of the steps. They were unconsciously aware of the energy. And then they can't repeat it and they become like a one hit wonder. And spirit is asking you to pay attention to the steps and the processes and the systems and the structure of how you live, how you function, how you work, how you interact with people, because that's where those intuitive gifts are going to come to you. And then you're going to have to duplicate this and keep repeating it like a pattern. Okay. The signs, the angel numbers, they're here to tell you you are on the right course. I recently had to rework all of my readings. I had to reorganize them, move things around. We had to work on our pricing system, and I was scared. And I have a lot of amazing people around me that says, Larissa, like Kim, and she's like, it's you've got to focus on this, and that. And I trust in the people that are around me. I trust in spirit. And what I'm realizing is more doesn't always mean better. More doesn't mean happier. More doesn't mean success. So this month, you're really looking at, what does your success look like? What does your abundance look like? And how can we receive that level of success and abundance and happiness with less effort? Because this is a month of effort, but it's structured effort, disciplined effort. And it's about not just doing all the things, it's doing quality things. It's doing the correct steps and removing the nonsense. If you really think about how much time we scroll on social media, or how much time we waste watching TV, or, just on the phone, many of our day to day lives, we have a lot of wasteful time. And this is the month that you have to fix that. And I know I'm guilty of that. Let me tell you something. When I'm at baseball, I'm like, I'll go on social media, and next thing I know, I'm like, I'm just gonna scroll for, like, just to see what's out there for 10 minutes. Next thing I know, my son's done with a 2-hour practice. And I have just spent 2 hours on and kind of being in the social world, but yet I'm not doing anything to grow Larissa. I'm not doing anything to grow my business. This is just lazy, and it's got to stop. And I'm guilty of it. Not every day, but I'm guilty of it. And yeah, once in a while it's okay. But maybe those 2 hours I could have listened to an audiobook, or I could have done a reading, or I could have worked on my book that I want to write, or I could have meditated, could have went for a walk. Maybe I could have scrolled for 15 minutes, but then what for another hour do something else. So it's about managing your time and being responsible for where you place your energy and efforts, and being organized, structured, and making sure you are creating a solid, secure foundation in which everything can run smoothly and effectively. Because what's about to happen is you are leveling up in the month of May. Big, massive changes, big advancement, travel, career, exciting energy. If your foundation is not secured now, you will not be able to successfully handle the changes that are coming. And then it won't be positive changes and clarity and alignment and joy and freedom. It'll be chaos. It'll be overwhelm, anxiety. It'll be putting out fires. This is an excellent month for anything financial. Why are we waiting till April to get the taxes, done? Let's do it in March. Maybe this is the month you call the accountant, or you look at your retirement plan, or you organize the finances of your life a little bit. And it's also a very important month that if you are signing contracts or anything like that, you must get expert advice. Um, I'll share with you guys, I'm in talks with an agency to get representation to create a book that has been a dream of mine for 5 years. Now, you would think when that paper came in, I would just sign it and be happy with it, right? But nope. I hired a lawyer and spent a lot of money. And thank God I did, because they would have owned me. They would have owned all of my social media. They would have owned potentially my readings, my courses, anything. You don't know what you don't know. I don't know the terminology of contracts, so I'm not going to sit there and sign anything because I'm not the expert. So the month of March is expert advice and extreme detailed information, guidance, and paying attention to the little things, because one little screw up this month could impact the next 5 months, or if not more years, and it will affect your finances. What you do in a 4 energy will affect you in 8 energy. They go hand in hand. So, if you make a bad business decision this month, you're going to feel the effects of it in August. Well, actually, no, sorry, in July. Okay, that's my warning to everybody on this live. And there's no handshake deals this month. Zero deals that are just like, yeah, I trust you. Now, right before this live, the lawyer emailed me and he's like, well, we're going to negotiate it one more time. I don't have a good feeling about it. I don't think that they're going to even come close to meeting what I want, what I deserve, what I know to be true. But guess what? I'm not embarrassed. I'm not going to settle. I know Spirit would not give me this opportunity or this desire if it was not for me. And I know that the right opportunity will present at the right time. I don't see anything as a failure, and I don't even see it as a setback. I see it as a process, learning, and I see it one step closer to really looking at what I want. Now, you have to understand something. I manifested this. Well, maybe I should have said in my manifestation a little bit more specific in the details. And again, this video that I was watching this morning was all about the power of co-creation, the power of spirit, the power of the destiny, the fated, right? The life path, the soul contracts, the karma, all of it. And in this video, it talked about the climb. So imagine you and I were going on a hike and we were climbing to the top of the mountain. You would think that this is a big mountain in front of us. There's many different paths, many different trails, many different possibilities, pitfalls, dangers, hurdles, elements. Anything could happen on that climb, and no two climbs are alike. But at the end of it, you could climb that mountain 100 times and it'd be 100 different climbs, 100 different experiences. But you're still going to get to the same destiny. Our destinies are written in our codes. It is kind of determined. But the climb isn't. That's where it's co-creation. That's where every lesson, every conversation, it really is up to you. Why are we making some of these climbs so difficult? Why are we like, you know what? I want to climb up that hill with a rainstorm in the hail with no shoes on. Why are we doing that? Why are we not picking the climb that allows us to enjoy the windy roads, you know, the wind? Why can't we enjoy the beautiful rain? The other day, I went to bed and I opened my window slightly because I get hot in the middle of the night. Hello, I'm 50. Thank God my husband doesn't mind being cold because it's cold in New York. And I woke up and it was raining. And it was the most beautiful sound. I didn't want anybody to bother me. I didn't want my husband's alarm to go off. I didn't want to open my eyes. I was just like, wow, that is so beautiful. And I listened to the beauty of the rain. You know, a lot of times when we think about the planning, we think about step one, step two, step three, and we're thinking forward. But what if we reversed it? What if we looked at the end result and we looked backwards and we can see that everything that led was a common thread, everything was connected, everything was meant to be? I think about this story of my childhood when my parents were going through a very difficult time. We basically had no money. I can remember my mother putting the electrical bill and the Con Edison bill so that she can get an extra week so that they wouldn't turn off the electricity. Things were difficult. Things were not good in that sense. And my family, as I didn't know it, I was a child, but it was falling apart. They lost their home. They lost everything. Maybe this is a story for another day. I don't know why I'm getting emotional. But there's a lot about me that people would never ever imagine. Like they think that I've had this like life that was just handed to me. And it wasn't that way at all. It wasn't that way at all. It was hard. We came from nothing. And there was a period in my life where my father wasn't present. And I shared a bedroom with my mother. We moved in with my grandmother. And I remember hating it. I remember feeling like we failed. Or like I was like the poor kid or the loser kid, or everybody was talking about me. Or I was like damaged, broken. But it built me. It built me in a way that I am who I am today because of it. And I am so grateful for it now. The relationship that I had with my grandmother would have never been that way. Ever. She died when I was 17. And I didn't get her for very long. But the time that I had with her, I wouldn't trade for anything. When my father went away, I thought my life ended. But it was like God took that away but gave me something else. Take a minute and just think about the thread. Think about everything. If you look back, how beautiful it was. And imagine yourself standing on the top of that mountain, looking down at your climb. Was it really about getting to the top? Or was it about the experience and the creation of your life and that process and those friendships and those relationships? Why are we so hell-bent on getting to the top? because it's in that experience where love is formed, where joy is formed, where experiences, and that's what life is all about. Oh my God, why the hell am I crying, Mercury retrograde? I wasn't prepared for that. I just been very emotional. I don't know what's going on with me. Is this what it's like to be 50 and be hormonal? And one day you're hot, one day you're cold, one day you're crying, one day you're happy, one day you're dancing. Like, what is going on with Larissa? This 50 is really hitting me. Oh, my birthday's April 1st. I'm having a beautiful party. My husband's throwing me a really nice party. But the number 50, I'm excited. I'm honored. Like, it's a blessing to grow old. But I just can't believe that I've had 50 climbs. 50, like, think about that. Each year is probably like a climb, right? Like 50. And I don't think you ever get to a point and you say, oh, I feel my age, because I don't. But what I'm feeling is gratitude. I'm so happy with my life. So honored that I get to do this. Is it easy all the time? No. Is it roses and rainbows? No. But like, I created this experience literally from nothing. I don't need a book to feel like I've achieved success. I am in the middle of a climb and it feels aligned, and it's happiness, and it's joyful, and it's a creation. This came from nothing. And I'm telling you, create the experience that you wish to have. And this is the month to plan it. This is the month to plan the steps ahead, but also to look at the thread from behind. And to be grateful and to honor that, to sit in that energy and to hold it, and to realize you are not doing anything wrong, because it has all been right. So, what's the final message for Spirit for this monthly message that you guys got me crying now? Oh, Spirit, you got to be kidding me. It's the happy, happy card, number 26. The number 2 is always the number about spirit, partnership, relationship, about peace, about balance and harmony, things coming into connection. 6 is about love, family. And if you look, she is standing on top of like a little mountain with a keyhole. Look at that. She's singing, she's dancing, she's got the balloons. She's completely happy and content. What's more importantly is it's this lightheartedness, this ease about her. And it's interesting because the energy that I'm hearing with Spirit is you've had the key the whole time. It's almost like she unlocked something inside of her. It wasn't that she went and found the key. The key is in her hand. She is the key. And so are you. So are you. Let's see what Spirit has to say. This is the meaning of happiness and joy, what it means to truly be content. Spirit is asking you to find a sense of all is well in the world. Understand that your world is aligned. There's a sense of fulfillment that you are feeling. Your desires right now are coming to you effortlessly. Your desires are effortlessly fulfilled. Stop worrying. Stop stressing out. Find joy in the present. Sit in the moment and feel the power of that joyful energy. Whatever is going on, whatever is happening, you are to sit here and be satisfied with the things as they are. You're free from the shackles of longing and wanting and craving. You're free from the limitations, and you are able to experience liberation that comes from actually being happy, moment to moment, for you have chosen happiness over yearning. Now is the time for feeling joy for the sake of joy and experiencing contentment. None of this is because of something outside of yourself. Your happiness is a result of your being at one with your spirit's plan for your life. Your architect's plan, your soul code, your blueprint, it's always been with you. It's being activated, it's being attuned, and now you are going to let it live. All is well. The tide is in for now. Enjoy, be playful, sing, dance, create, and be satisfied, for you have discovered the true key, the true magic. The miracle, I always say this, the miracle you're searching for is you. You are the answer that you're seeking. This is also a month of prosperity. It is a time to take pride in your accomplishments, to see that you are actually doing good work. You're providing an exceptional service. Your intentions have been noted, and you are going to be compensated for it in ways that you can't even imagine. The world is raining gratitude upon you, and you're happy with the results of your efforts and creativity. Isn't it amazing to consider all that you've done? My child, look at what you've created. Remember your partnership with spirit in this moment too. Your soul has always known you could accomplish anything if it brought you joy. You know, my husband was talking to his business partner, and we were talking about, some people being happy at work. And his business partner was like, yeah, but is anyone happy at work? Like, does anyone enjoy their job? And my husband goes, oh yeah, my wife does. She loves what she does. She loves what she does. And I do. And I want you to have that. And I want you to create space for that. If you love crocheting, do it as many days as you possibly can. Don't think about money or making it a business, or do it for the sake of bringing you joy. And it will turn into something wonderful. The relationship message is there are moments in a relationship when you feel good about whom you are with, and you know that your heart is wide open. It is a time to befriend those who have been good to you. It's a time to strengthen those bonds. It's a time to care for one another. And it is a time to be of service where you give without wanting anything in return. Sorry, I think I have an Amazon package. That's Spirit just said, okay, we're done. We're done. The appearance of this card is telling you to recommit to those relationships now. If you would like, take a moment and do something good for someone else. It will be returned to you. Happiness attracts more happiness. The gift of giving attracts more to you, like bees to a honey. Wow. I thought this was a beautiful message. I thought that this was a nice experience. One of the things I really like about this is, for me, when I do these readings, it's almost like a channeled experience. I don't know where the words come from. I don't know where the analogies come from or the messages come from, but I become a vessel, and I feel like we're going to spirit school. Like, I'm like a spiritual preacher right now, and I'm preaching spiritual insight and enlightenment from the higher beings, from the higher realms. This is channeling to you. And one of the things I've noticed is when I'm on Zoom, I can't quiet the energy down enough to hear it. But when I'm on like a Facebook Live or a YouTube Live, I don't see any faces, and then I can just hear it, and I am guided. So this feels really good to me, and I hope it feels really good to you. I'm not saying there isn't a place for Zooms where there's question and answer periods, and maybe we can work that into the membership. And I would love your feedback because I'd like to think that you guys, as I create this membership, I'm creating it for you. So if you have any feedback, please reach out to Kim or myself on what you would like to see in there, or what you feel you need, or what you feel you're craving on your spiritual journey. And I'll do my best to incorporate it. But I really enjoyed this message. I enjoyed delivering it. But more importantly, I hope you enjoyed receiving it. So with that, I love you guys. Have an amazing March. And thank you for all your love and support, and for all your amazing connections. I'm grateful for it. So I would like to take the doorbell as a friend request. Allow those who pour into you to keep them around. The dog barking gives direction. Not everyone who visits is pouring back into you. Thank you, Eunice. I love you guys. I don't know how to end this stream. Yeah, menopause is kicking. Yeah, it's something else. Absolutely, you're so strong. I love that. Yeah, thank you for letting me get raw with you guys and crying. So, all right, I'm about to go take my class now. I love you guys, and I will see you next month. The next time you see me will be on April 2nd, and your girl will be 50. So this is the last live of my 49th climb. And now the next time I see you, we'll be in the 50th climb. So I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.